Hey, ever heard of Suburbia? Sometimes it's called the wild side of rock and roll. It came out back in 1983, and if you're into gritty punk films, this one's a must-see. First off, it's directed and written by Penelope Spheeris, the same legend who made that killer punk doc, The Decline of Western Civilization. She wanted to show what it was really like for runaway kids she met around LA, so she went for the real deal, using actual street punks and non-actors right from the scene. The cast: Chris Peterson plays Evan Johnson, Bill Coyne is Jack Diddley, and you've got Jennifer Clay as Sheila. Oh, and if you're a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan, check out Flea as Razzle in his first ever movie. There's also Christina Beck and Richard Blackburn as the ever buzzkill Officer Renard. This isn't some big Hollywood blockbuster either. Most of it was shot on real streets and rundown houses across LA suburbs like Downey and Norwalk, shot quick and dirty, and man does it show. So what's it about? Basically, you've got this crew of teenage runaways in SoCal. They call themselves the TRs. It stands for The Rejected. They crash in this abandoned tract home by the freeway, and it becomes their own little punk haven away from all the crappy homes they ran away from. At the centre is Evan. He bolts from his abusive family and joins up with the TRs. These kids steal, scrounge, and live for punk shows. You get to see their wild freedom, but also how desperate life on the edge can be. Sheila, played by Jennifer Clay, brings a whole lot of heart and heartbreak to the film. Things get rough. The locals start freaking out about the punks and go full vigilante on them, and things get violent. It's raw, it's real, and it's not always easy to watch. Of course, the soundtrack absolutely rips. Live sets from bands like TSOL, The Vandals, and DI, filmed right inside those sweaty LA punk clubs. The music scenes are unfiltered and wild. If you've seen Spheeris' documentaries, you know her style. Under it all, Suburbia dives deep into themes like being a runaway and having to find a new family, alienation in the suburbs, and what happens when concerned citizens turn meaner than the kids they're attacking. When it came out, critics were mixed. Some thought it was a bit too much, others praised how honest and unpolished it was. Roger Ebert actually gave it 3 stars and called it pretty compassionate for a punk flick. But if you're talking cult classics, this one's up there. Punk fans still love it, and if you dig movies like River's Edge or SLC Punk, you can see their roots here. Sure, the scene has its gripes. Some purists thought it overdid things, but nobody can deny Spheeris showed punks in a real, raw and sympathetic light. Bottom line, Suburbia made Penelope Spheeris the go-to for American subculture films. She even went on to do Wayne's World, just saying. Plus, it gave Flea his start in the movies. In all, Suburbia is punk cinema at its rawest. Tragic, DIY, and totally influential. Overlooked back in the day, but now a classic, it nails what it felt like to be a lost kid with nowhere to go but into the chaos of punk. Want more deep dives into 80s gems? Hit up Movies of the 80s for all the retro goodness.